Despite everyone supporting Real Betis except Chelsea fans, they have lost the conference final. Cole Palmer single-handedly turned the game around despite being down 1-0 until the 65th minute as he played a beautiful cross onto Enzo Fernandez, who equalized for Chelsea. Later on, Palmer used Nicholas Jackson as a wall to bounce the ball off into the net to make it 2-1. That was it for Real Betis. All the talk around Anthony and how he had revived his career sadly didn't help. To be fair to Real Betis though, their team consists of a bunch of players you wouldn't have expected in a final anyways, so even making it this far was very impressive. In goal you have 37-year-old Adrian, who acted as a third goalkeeper to Liverpool. In defense you had Marc Bartra, who coming out of La Masia was so hyped that he never lived up to it. Isco might be one of the most imagine what could have been type players we have ever seen as he struggled to make a stance in the starting 11 of Real Madrid. Cedric Bakambu up top was such an exciting prospect during his time at Villarreal that many top clubs seemingly wanted to sign him before he went off to China to cash in. So many what-ifs in that Betis squad. So what if Real Betis could become one of the greats in Europe? What if Real Betis could start winning trophies again like they won the Copa de España in 2022? Let's try and rebuild and see if we can find the answers to these questions. So how about we start off this rebuild like we have done with the most recent rebuilds by replaying the finale ourselves. Can Real Betis beat Chelsea? I have the exact same starting 11. In real life, they lost 4-1. In the game, how's it gonna go? It's a 1-0 victory! Isco scores! Real Betis are lifting the trophy themselves. But as this season ends, let's take a look into their stats this year. We have Isco on 13-10. Borja Iglesias loaned out 10-3. Bakambu 9-4. Lo Celso 9-3. He didn't even start the game for Real Betis. Then we have Anthony, who has obviously been loaned in at the age of 25, reviving his career. 26 games, and he has 13 goal contributions. So basically every second game, this guy would do something. And man, the memes, everything that people have been talking about when he was at Manchester United, he has proven people wrong. Even I myself was making fun of him. But mate, you proved us wrong in La Liga. You are actually on fire. And then looking at Cucho, only 16 games played, which is a shocker to me because in the MLS, he was one of the best strikers. And here, he only has 5 goals and 1 assist. So let me know, why hasn't he played more? Then we have Ezalzoli, who actually scored in the finale. Such a talented player, 23 years old. Cardoso, only 23 years old, but looks like he's gonna join Spurs because they have a buy option on him, and that would be a perfect transfer for them. And when we're talking about transfers, we have to assume that Real Betis are gonna bring a bunch of players in, but also lose a bunch. Betis are not just gonna lose Anthony as a Brazilian, but also possibly Nathan, the centre-back, who's only loaned in from Napoli. But luckily, they do have a buy option, and I'm kind of assuming the guy's going to stick around. So that's a good one for us. Well, 62 million in the budget for the next season, but Betis is about to sell a bunch of players. Get ready. And so Borja Iglesias is going over to Celta Vigo for about 6 million. Cardoso is moving to Spurs for 25 million because that's in the option. Rui Silva was actually loaned out to Sporting this season, has played a bunch of games for them, and I'm expecting them to sign him permanently. So we're going to give ourselves 15 million for that one as well. So adding 46 million on top of the initial budget is now 113 million. And this is how the team is looking for now at the beginning of my rebuild. Cucho is going to be up top because he's the highest rated player. Isco right behind him at the age of 33. Lo Celso, I'm going to turn into a right midfielder and use him there for now. Altimira is going to replace Cardoso because he's 23, a very talented Spanish midfielder, so that's perfect. Roca alongside Ezalzali. For left back, Real Betis is linked to one specific player. For the centre back position, Bartra has just extended his contract, but he's 34. Llorente is obviously coming in from the likes of Leeds United. He's also 31. Ruibal on the right back position, that needs to be sorted as well. And Adrian is now 38 years old. I have a bunch of money, and I'm going to sign, first of all, the players that Betis are linked to for sure. Real Betis currently is linked to Alvaro Valles, the goalkeeper of Las Palmas, who actually rescinded his contract, is waiting for the summer to come around to sign them. But because he has rescinded his contract, he's not in the game right now. So I'm going for the second option that Real Betis is linked to. That goalkeeper right there, my friends, is supposed to join Barcelona, if anything, and then be loaned out to Real Betis. Juan Garcia is the one I'm signing right now because next season he could be part of Real Betis if the whole deal with Valles falls through. But I am kind of 100% sure Alvaro Valles should have been the goalkeeper that we signed here. He was actually incredible for Las Palmas in a couple of years that he's played there. And yeah, I wish I could buy him, but I cannot. Adrian is going to be replaced with Juan Garcia, 24 years old, 6'3", with 2 really good play styles on him. I am excited about this goalkeeper because he could be joining FC Barcelona from Espanyol, which is already a bit of a madness. But once he does join Barca, a lot more people might be starting to talk about him. And Barca fans cannot wait for Ter Stegen to not be in their goal anymore. And talking about Barcelona, it's time to sign another one from them. Eric Garcia is linked to Real Betis, one of the many clubs that wants to sign him. And this would make a lot of sense because obviously with Batra in the team, you have a former Barcelona player. And now Eric Garcia can come into the squad and be part of the starting 11 instead of being a rotational player at Barca. 79 rated. He was one of the biggest talents at Barca at the back at one point. Similar to Kubarsi in some sense, not as young at the time, but still, Eric Garcia, now only 24 years old, coming into the squad as a right-footed centre-back. Still, a long career ahead of him. He has 81 defending, 74 physicality, but for a centre-back, the 72 passing makes a big difference there. You can tell that he's from Barcelona, and he does have the anticipate on top of it. That is one of the key signings we just had to make. And before I forget, Real Betis this season actually finished in the 6th position with 60 points, my friends. So they have qualified for Europe once again, and that is important to notice, because that will give you some extra money too. The next player walking into the club used to play for Real Betis and then moved to FC Barcelona. What's up with Barcelona being mentioned in all these transfers? Anyways, he is, of course, Junior Firpo, who has gotten 4 goals and 11 assists in the past year for Leeds United as they got promoted again. And for that reason, I've given him a little bit of an upgrade from a 75 to a 77 rating because I do believe next year he's going to be higher rated. So Firpo, welcome to the Real Betis squad. He's going to take over the left back position as he has been linked to coming back to Real Betis. Even in like the trophy parade for Leeds United, or the parade that they had, I think there was a scene where one of the players had the mic and I think it was Ampadu, and he basically said that Firpo is going to go back to Real Betis or something like that, which I don't know if he actually appreciated that or not. But Firpo is now back to Real Betis, where he basically started his career. And good news for Betis, Iker Losada, 76 rated, 23 years old, is now coming back from his loan deal at Celta Vigo, and he actually has decent potential on him. He could be our next Isco, maybe. Now we have to sort out an issue. 38, 34, 34, 33, 33, 32. It just keeps going. This team is filled with aging players. We have to get rid of a couple here. So Avila is gone for about 10. Carvalho for 8.5. Ruibal for 8. Sabali for 7.5. Taking us back up to about 55 million euros. With Ezal Zali and former players, Real Betis is known to bring in Moroccans into their team. So I was thinking, let's bring in another one. This, my friends, is Zakaria El Ouahdi, who is a very, very talented fullback from Genk over in Belgium. This guy could be one of the more up-and-coming ones that people could be interested in years to come. So to get him early is important, just the same as Bournemouth has done with Kerkez, for example. So Ouahdi comes in now with a 78 rating, taking over the right-back position at the age of 23. This is now the team that we're going to be using, and he has the technical and quick step on him, along with decent pace, good passing, good dribbling, and yes, his defensive side of the game needs to be improved. But now, our team is ready for the rest of the season, and yes, don't worry, I am planning on bringing Anthony back to Real Betis, but I've just put up a goal for myself, and that is I have to finish in the top 6 again to be able to bring Anthony back into the Real Betis team. And you know what, lads? The return of Anthony is closer than you think. Real Betis have finished 5th this season, 64 points, missing out on Champions League football. by just 1 point. Real Sociedad have taken that away from us. Barcelona at the top with the likes of Lamine Yamal. Can we compete with them? Real Madrid obviously have some incredible players, and so does Atletico Madrid. This is an incredibly competitive division to play in. La Liga has become fun again, hasn't it? And this is the squad. Cucho has gone up to an 81. Isco down to an 81 now, 34 years old. Lo Celso now 81 rated and 30 years old. Gonna be replaced by Anthony. You bet on that. And then we have Altimira growing, which is good, up to a 79. Good Cardoso replacement for now. Roca, who actually was at Bayern Munich at one point, was supposed to be a big talent, never really worked out, is still here and on a 79. As Alzuli up to a 79. The other Moroccan, El Ouati, has gone up to an 81. Eric Garcia 81, Firpo 80, and Juan Garcia 86. Outstanding. And as you can tell, on the bench, a bunch of older players that we do need to replace as well. So going into the next season, big replacement needs to come in. But first of all, let's sign the GOAT. Actually, let's check out stats. Isco 26 and 9, Cucho 23 and 6, Azalzoli coming in with 18 and 4, Lo Celso 16 and 3. The players have done really well this time around. And so he returns. Anthony is back at Real Betis. We earned the right to sign him once again. So, welcome back, buddy. Coming in for Lo Celso in a straight swap deal, lads. That was the best deal I could have done. Comes in at a rating of 80, and I fully expect him to keep going up. 26 years old now. He's getting to the top form of his life, and that is all we need. Anthony in the right midfield. There's Alzali on the left midfield. Cucho up top, even though it seems like he hasn't done well. I probably have to do a little bit of research into why he hasn't done so well in this team. And if he is not expected to really start again next season, I should probably get rid of him too. But in defense, I am looking at the likes of Llorente. I need to replace him. Let's go ahead and replace the aging players. After the Anthony deal, we have about 80 million to spend. And as much as I love Isco and the way he plays football, what an unbelievable player, by the way, I have to get rid of him. He's going down in his rating. He's 34 years old. I need a replacement there. Before his ACL injury, Riqui Puig was incredible in the MLS. 19 games played, 11 goals and 8 assists. That man right there is coming back to Spain. I have gone ahead and sent Isco the other way, plus 36.5 million to bring Puig, the extremely talented Barcelona wonderkid, into our team. And I don't know why, but it keeps popping up. Barca, they keep popping up. I guess I'm just picking up the players that they don't want anymore, but not for now. Hold on. Puig is the one supposed to go into the cam position, and in that position he actually goes up in his rating, which is great for us. Could be going up to like an 85 already. But he comes in at the age of 26, so not necessarily a wonder kid anymore, but someone that has established himself over in the MLS, has truly shown incredible performances, and might just be coming in with a newfound confidence in his game, and that is something I like. And oh my god, how many playstyles can you have? He has 4 here on the first page, and as we go down, you see another 3. This man has 7 playstyles. Riqui Puig, welcome back to Spanish football. And I think I said I wanted to bring in a centre-back, right? Yeah, I got a bit carried away with the cam position. Let's bring in a centre-back. See, sometimes you forget the things that you say at the beginning of the video. And Nathan, as you guys know, the Real Betis player from this season, has a buy option. So I just thought, let's bring him into the squad. Llorente, I'm gonna let you go, and Nathan now becomes a consistent part of our team for 25 million. We have now signed him. Llorente taken out. Nathan comes in. He's left-footed, so he goes into the left centre-back position. Eric Garcia goes into the right centre-back. Both of them are 25. We can get a good 7 years out of both of them, so I'm actually quite confident with this team going into the rest of the season. I'm going to go ahead and see how things go. And Cucho, by the way, I have found out he only joined the team in February 2025 and didn't have enough playtime. In the 15 games he played, he got 5 goals and 1 assist, and he wasn't qualified for a European squad, so they couldn't actually register him. And that is why we probably haven't seen him in the Conference League. So, Cucho, with a full preseason, could still prove himself at Real Betis, hence why I'm going to keep him for now. Betis has done it. 4th position with 71 points this time. We are now a Champions League club. No Conference League, no Europa League. This is outstanding. And you know what? Apparently we played Champions League this season. Have I missed something? We are looking at us in the 3rd position in the league phase. Then we got ourselves a matchup in the round of 16. We lost against Manchester City. It's good to see, though, that we did so well in the league phase. Now I'm wondering how we pulled that off. We have Puig on an 86, Cucho on an 83, now 28 years old. Anthony, 83 as well. Go on, son. Alongside Altimira, Rocca is up to an 81, now 30 years old. Ezalzoli up to an 82. He has like a different name on his shirt. I have to look that up because it's much shorter instead of saying Ezalzuli all the time. Anyways, Firpo, now 30 years old, 80 rated, has been helping us out. So we do have 2 30-year-old players in here. The defenders have grown nicely, 84 and 83. I'm happy with that. Wati up to an 83 and Garcia on an 88. Just outstanding, to be honest with you. So next season, new CDM, new left back. Let's see the stats, though. Well, Cucho has done outstandingly well. 29 and 5. And Puig, first season back in La Liga. He comes in with 27 goal contributions. Anthony back at Betis, 17 and 11. And Firpo as a left back, 8 and 6. Quite impressive, outdoing my left midfielder. How does that even happen? In the new season, my friends, Losada is back into the team. 25 years old now, 80 rated. Going to be a great backup to Puig. And Rodriguez, who I loaned out, has gone up to a 77. So it was the right decision to loan these youngsters out. But here it is. We have about 102 million in the budget. And that is what we're going to use for this season's transfers. I remember when Real Betis had Nabil Fekir, a French center attacking midfielder in their team. So I thought, let's bring in another French player. This, my friends, is Melvin Bard, who is now joining us as a left back for 35 million from Torino, originally from Nice over in France. He is now coming in at the rating of 82, which is a +2 upgrade. And yes, we're going to keep a hold of Firpo and the lads. So don't worry, just because they're 30, it doesn't mean they have to be kicked out of the team yet. They can be good backups to us. So Firpo is here and Bard is too. So he has 80 pace, he has 79 dribbling, 79 defending, 79 physicality, and 3 very good play styles. He is now our new left back. Now let's sign a player who has been loaned into La Liga this season to play for Las Palmas. Esugo from Sporting is now becoming our new CDM. As a Champions League club, we need to look into some of the best talents out there, and this guy's name will probably be one that becomes more and more popular as we go into the future. 81 rated CDM comes in now to take over from Rocca, who obviously goes down onto the bench. Nothing against him, but Esugo is now the new left-sided CDM for us. Altimira actually has a 5-star weak foot. He goes over to the right-hand side. 81 pace with 70 passing. That is something he needs to improve. But he has 78 dribbling, 79 defending, 86 physicality, 5'11", block and bruiser. That, my friends, is a CDM for the future. I'm very happy about this signing, and he does have La Liga experience, so hopefully it's going to be the right choice for us. But I'm done making signings for now. Real Betis, I'm proud. 3rd position this season. Finally breaking into the top 3. If you consider that it normally consists of Barca, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid, who finished 5th. I'm very impressed. Talk about being impressed. Cucho now one of the best strikers in the world. 86 rated, 29 years old. Puig up to an 89. 2 MLS players helping each other out right there. Bard up to an 85, which is good to see. Esugo as well. Defensively, we're looking solid. Garcia is still incredible. And Anthony the GOAT is now on an 86. And you know what? Hold on a second. We need to sort this out. Anthony is the captain. If I am lifting a trophy, it needs to be him. Having said that, let's see his stats. It is Cucho, top scorer, 29 and 8. Puig, 18 and 6. Hazal comes in with the 17 and 7. Anthony with the 7 and 9. Okay, good season overall. Losada, good backup. 9 goal contributions off the bench. So we are doing a good job, but we haven't won a single trophy yet. I checked the Supercopa, the Copa de España, European competitions. We keep failing. Let's keep it up with the theme. Marquillo is now joining into our team. Another former Barcelona talent. Lads, I don't know why this keeps happening, but I'm just looking for players and they just keep popping up. Barcelona is everywhere. Anyways, he is now coming into the team as a backup striker because I need one. Right now, I don't have anyone to back up Cucho. He comes in with the 81 rating, lots of pace, shooting, decent dribbling, good physicality, 6'2" tall. It just felt right to back up Cucho with a player like that. Now, when I'm looking into the starting 11, I'm actually very happy with how this team is looking. I'm not necessarily looking to move anyone out or bring anyone in at the moment. I love the fact that it's a team that doesn't necessarily have any stars, you know? It kind of feels right because it is Real Betis, and Real Betis made it into the finale with so many players that you could call like could have beens, or, you know, I don't know, failed wonder kids. Nah, you can't say that. But anyways, like they were supposed to have a bigger career at some point. But anyways, this is how we have it set up now. I'm very happy with it, and the bench is getting better as well. I probably should sign a couple of center backs though, because we don't have any here. And so it is time to go to South America to look for an Argentinian. Plenty of Argentinians have played in La Liga, and Valentin Gomez is the next one. Such a talented player that many clubs will be interested in this upcoming summer transfer window. So maybe pay a little bit of attention to this name. But he comes into our team at a rating of 81. I needed a centre-back. I got myself a centre-back. And now the team is looking even better. Gomez comes in 5'11", not the tallest centre-back, but he's very good on a ball. 86 pace right here, 75 dribbling, 79 defending with 84 physicality. Block and intercept on this man. He's going to be a great backup to the likes of Garcia and Nathan and still grow as a player, which is very important to me. So now let's see how this season goes. I want a trophy. So finally, Real Betis win the La Liga title ahead of Real Madrid, Atletico, Barcelona and Athletic Club. It has finally happened for our team. Now we are on top of Spanish football, but only by a small margin. Real Madrid is going to keep chasing and we need to do better. Look at the team though. It is incredible at this stage. I'm so proud of the squad that we have been able to put together. And obviously, I'm going to be aiming even higher with Real Betis because that man right there deserves more. Statistically, Cucho 35-8, Puig 18-16, Losada doing quite well. Azulli coming in with 7 goals. Might have been injured. Anthony 4-8. Maybe I need to change the formation to one that has wingers. That way Anthony will have more goals. Instead of being right midfielder, he'll be a right winger. I don't think you're ready for this. Real Betis finished the season with 99 points, winning the La Liga title, only missing out on 100 points. So close. Supercopa belongs to us. 3-0 victory against Real Madrid. Copa de España, same result against Celta Vigo. And in the Champions League, after beating Real Madrid in the semi-finals, we are now up against PSG. Real Betis, you have another chance of winning a European trophy now. And that is going to happen with this team right here. Wow. 92 rated as Azulli. Cucho on a 90. Anthony, El Capitan, 91. Puig, 93. And yes, I did change them to right wing and left wing, by the way. Puig, 93. Esugo, 91. Altimira, 90. Bard is on the 88. Who's like... Only Bard is below the 90 rating. That's amazing. On the bench, we have Guiu on an 84, Losada on an 86, Rodriguez looks solid, Roca is decent, and we have Gomez, who is on an 86 as a bench player, which is quite impressive. So we do have good backups for our players, and I need to see, is Cucho going to be up for the Ballon d'Or? Is it going to be someone else? It's Cucho. 49-4. Azulli could be up for it as well. He has really good numbers. Puig 24-20. Anthony 22-13, probably not up for the Ballon d'Or, but we're just going to pretend like he was our best player. And PSG is going to come in with the likes of Kvaratskhelia, Endrick, Doué, Fabian, Gavi, Valverde, Militao, Araujo. What the hell is that team? What do I expect from Real Betis going into this game? First of all, I actually expect PSG to do quite well. Their team looks ridiculous. But at the same time, I would love to see someone like Anthony have a big impact on this game. And there he goes. Anthony, not the best of first touches, but he cuts back across. Has people chasing him. He's able to get past one. Another one. Anthony, my hero. Anthony has done it. It's 1-0, 6 minutes into the game. The man who was just being talked about in the worst ways possible at Manchester United now has fully revived his career, and he's stepping up for me too. Incredible. And as Anthony does that, I want to know from you guys in the comments down below, which players in the world of football right now do you feel like are just stuck at the wrong club and could do so much better, just like Anthony, if they were to just go ahead and change their clubs? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually really excited to see the ideas that people can come up with here, because I do truly feel like there are so many people in the Premier League specifically who teams have overpaid for. The pressure was too much to deliver and all that stuff, and they were never able to do it, and somewhere else they could do so much better. I mean, we have seen it many times with Jadon Sancho at Borussia Dortmund instead of Manchester United. He was absolutely insane at Dortmund, but at United, trash. Anthony, down the wings. Yes, I love it. The Brazilian flair over to Cucho. Nice touch. Not the best of finishes, but as I have this chance, another one that comes to mind is McTominay. I mean, the guy is the player of the season over at Napoli as they win the title. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see a Napoli rebuild as well, to find out how far they could actually take their game to. Abde! Oh, Donnarumma! Abde tries again. Abde, by the way, is Elzalzali. That is the short name for him. Anyways, go on. Cucho. Down to Anthony. Heel to heel. Stops. Get past him. Nah, he can't pull it off. Too much Brazilian flair there. Nice. Good interception. Puig. Over to Cucho. Cucho over to the GOAT. Anthony. Ah, unlucky pal. Puig. All the way across to Anthony. He cuts in again. Anthony on his left. Donnarumma. I should have gotten near post, I think. Hakimi. Oh, that was a good try. But, buddy, that is not how it works out over here. Eric Garcia. Oh, no. Terrible pass. Oh, my God. What the hell did I just do there? Desiree. Get across. Juan Garcia saves us. 79 minutes in. PSG are now pressing up high. Oh, that's too good. That's too good. Juan Garcia one more time. Late into the game, let's make a couple of changes. I'm going to bring on Rodriguez, Losada. Let's bring on Roca as well. A bunch of the originals. And Valentin Gomez now coming on for Garcia. Don't let Endrick onto his left foot. Uh-oh. Man, what am I doing? Stand up. Oh, thank you. Keeper saved us a couple of times now. Nice. Cucho over to the right. Anthony gets the last word in this game. Cuts in. Makes it look easy. Goes for the pass. Cucho. Come on, man. Make it two. This game ends with Anthony as the hero. And that's it. And now the lads enjoy their treble propped up on the bus with Anthony leading the line in the celebrations. And now it is going to be Cucho picking up the award that I would have loved to see Anthony lift, but you can't have everything. At least this Real Betis rebuild has worked out to perfection for me. What a team this year. What a performance from a bunch of players you wouldn't have thought could make it that far. And the top 6 finish in La Liga is also good to see. Hopefully Real Betis can keep up their good form and bring in a bunch of players. Their team is definitely aging, so they will have to be quite active in this upcoming transfer window. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had tons of fun with this rebuild. And subscribe if you haven't already. So many new people are watching the videos lately. Have a good day, guys. Take care and peace.